Hello word worshippers. Today we're looking into a charming word with roots in India that has been close to the hearts of many Brits. Blighty. This term is more than just a word, it's a nostalgic and affectionate reference to England or home. Let's explore its origins, usage and some delightful cultural tidbits. But first, do subscribe to The English Nut on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram and X. Thank you. The term blighty originated during the British Raj in India. It's derived from the Urdu word vilayati, meaning foreign or European. In Bengali, the equivalent words are bilet, meaning England, and biliti, meaning British. British soldiers in India adapted it to refer to England as a fond term for home. The word would have been used in wartime farewells. Imagine one British soldier telling another, "I'll be back in Blighty before you know it." Or it could have been on a postcard, in the days when people still sent postcards. "Dear Mum and Dad, missing you terribly. Can't wait to return to Blighty and have one of Mum's Sunday roasts. Love, Sarah." And it can be used in nostalgic reminiscence. After years of living abroad, I found myself longing for the green fields and cozy pubs of Blighty. During World Wars I and II, British soldiers commonly used Blighty to refer to home, especially when longing for a return from the front lines. It became a symbol of comfort, safety and nostalgia. A humorous weekly magazine named Blighty was issued free to British troops during the First World War. It contained short stories, poems, cartoons, paintings and drawings with contributions from men on active service. A music hall hit from 1917 was "Take Me Back to Dear Old Blighty." Take me back to dear old Blighty, put me on the train for London town, and so on. The phrase Blighty wound emerged during the wars, referring to an injury severe enough to warrant being sent back to England, but not so serious as to cause permanent damage. It was seen as a bittersweet stroke of luck. In his autobiographical Goodbye to All That, set in the First World War, author Robert Graves says that Blighty is the Hindustani word for home. He writes, "The men are pessimistic but cheerful. They all talk about getting a cushy one to send them back to Blighty." By cushy one, he meant the Blighty wound. Cushy, meaning easy or secure, is derived from the Indian word khushi. Wilfred Owen, one of the most admired soldier poets of the First World War, wrote in his poem The Chances, "Now me, I wasn't scratched, praise God Almighty, though next time, please I'll thank him for a Blighty." Tragically, Owen died 1 week before the end of the war. His mother wrote in a letter to Rabindranath Tagore, "It is nearly 2 years ago that my dear eldest son went out to the war for the last time, and the day he said goodbye to me, we were looking towards France with breaking hearts when he, my poet son, said these wonderful words of yours. When I leave, let these be my parting words. What my eyes have seen, what my life received, are unsurpassable." And when his pocketbook came back to me, I found these words written in his dear writing, with your name beneath. Isn't it a touching story? The music hall artiste Vesta Tilley had a hit in 1916 with the song "I'm Glad I've Got a Bit of a Blighty One," in which she played a male soldier delighted to have been wounded and in hospital. "When the saucy little nursey tucks me in and calls me Percy, oh, I'm glad I've got this bit of a Blighty one." Hobson Jobson, the 1886 Historical Dictionary of Anglo-Indian Words, explained that the word came to be used in British India to refer to the things the British had brought into the country, such as the tomato and soda water. The dictionary was right about the soda water, but not tomatoes. These were brought to India by the Portuguese in the 16th century, though it is true that the British popularized the tomato in India. Interestingly, the tomato was referred to as Vilayati Bengan or English eggplant in an early 19th century Persian translation of an English recipe book. An early example of the usage of the precursor of Blighty to refer to Britain is after diplomat Ittisam-ud-Din came back from England to the Mughal Empire. He was nicknamed as Bilayat Munshi as he was the first South Asian to travel circa 1765 to what was known as Bilayat. Do note that the word blight is not related to Blighty. Blight is a disease that afflicts plants. It is also used more generally to refer to something that affects things negatively. Severe unemployment is a blight on our society. Martin Jacques wrote in a 2006 article in The Guardian, "When I'm back in old Blighty, I'm surrounded by the old and familiar concerns. New Labour, Europe, the Middle East, and the rest." If you live in Britain, you will know what I mean, except you won't, because you will take it for granted that this is what the world is all about. So there you have it, an Urdu word that became an English one in British India, and while not as popular today, it is still used, especially by British expatriates or holidaymakers to refer fondly to their homeland. Do let me know your thoughts on Blighty in the comments. I'm the English Nut. Bye for now.